Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education. And in this video, we're going to be talking about 7 strategies to build trust with your child. In this video, we are going to count backwards from 7 so that we can end on number 1, which is my very favorite strategy for building trust with your children. And just so you know, I also have a free gift for you that should help you improve your relationship with your child. Number 7 should be an obvious one, but be honest. Parents lie to their children all the time, and they lie to other people around them. And this actually sets the example that lying is okay, or shows the child, you know what, if they're willing to lie to that person at the store about my age, does that mean they're willing to lie to me? They can put the dots together. Don't do that. Don't set a standard that you would not want them to live. So setting the example, being honest with your child is important. Now, does that mean you have to tell your child every thought in your head? Absolutely not. That wouldn't be appropriate. But when it comes to your behavior, please have behavior that has integrity so that they know that they can actually believe in you, rely upon you, and trust you. Number 6. Be consistent. I work with a lot of parents, helping them learn self-government skills, teaching their children self-government skills, and a large majority of them will come to me and say, Nicholeen, my biggest problem is consistency. I just do not follow through and correct everything like I should. I'm just so tired. It's so draining to do all that correction and all that talking and teaching, and I don't always have time. So I know I'm not following through, and now my child's walking all over me. Yeah, and guess what else happens when you're not consistent? When you're not consistent, your child doesn't actually believe what you're telling them. So you might tell them certain skills that they need to use. You might share with them values or principles or truths that you want them to live by. But when you are telling them, listen, this is a skill you need to use, and if you don't use it, I'm going to correct you, and then you don't correct them, again, it's like you didn't tell them the truth. So when you're inconsistent, you're essentially lying to your child. They're not going to believe you in your parenting. So then why are they going to trust you in anything? Also, a lot of people don't understand that our children are actually looking for us to put boundaries for them, not to cross over. They want us to help keep them safe. One of the ways that we help keep them safe is by correcting them when things go wrong. They may act like they don't like to take responsibility when we're doing that correction because, you know, they may have to do a little work because of that correction happening. But in reality, most of them want to be stopped. I remember one time I was teaching a group of adults about self-government skills and principles, and a woman raised her hand and she said, Nicholeen, what you are describing is something I can totally relate to. And I said, okay, what are you talking about? And she said, well, when I was young, I wanted my parents to tell me what was right and wrong and good and bad and true and false. My parents were divorced, so all the messages were different all the time. My mom was modern progressive. I was with her most of the time, but she just wanted to be my friend and she wanted to do her own thing and not be bothered with what I was doing. And so she didn't really do much parenting. And she said, I couldn't get much attention from my mom. And so I actually tried every single thing I could, every bad choice that I could think of. I tried it to see if I could get her to care enough to stop me. I thought it was very interesting that this young woman, young parent, had that much cognitive thought about her bad behavior and what effect that she wanted it to have on her parents' behavior. She wanted them to stop her just to prove that they cared. Did you know our consistency in parenting shows our children how much we care about them? It does. Number 5, explain why. So often parents try to find ways to do their parenting with less words. This actually leads to more frustration for everyone and oftentimes emotional meltdowns. But if our children understood a little bit more why behind our no answers or our instructions when we were giving them, then they would actually probably follow our instructions and accept our no answers more. It would decrease their anxiety and they would feel themselves maturing, which they all want to feel. They want to grow up. So try this simple thing. When you tell your child, no, you can't have any cake, explain why. No, you can't have any cake right now because we're saving that for after dinner. Or when you're giving them an instruction, you might say, I need you to brush your teeth because we are trying to see if consistent toothbrushing can make it so you get less cavities. Or I need you to put your shoes away because we've got people coming over soon and they might trip on them when they come through the door. Whatever the why is, share it with them. I know sometimes you might think they don't care about your why. Maybe your why is just your anxiety. Well, maybe you'll have to say that. I need you to put your shoes away because when I see shoes piled up by the door, it gives me a little bit of anxiety and I don't feel as comfortable here. So explain why. Say we want our home to feel comfortable, so we need to put things away regularly. Explain that, not that your anxiety should always be reasons for instructions, but if it's the why, let them in on it. Number 4, listen to them, seek to understand them. If you seek to understand them, then they will trust you more. That's one key way that we make deposits in our relationship bank accounts. When your children listen to you and respond to what you say, then you trust them more. When you listen to them and you care enough to understand, they trust you more too. So one thing that you should do is have what I call a disagree appropriately mindset. Every time you're listening to somebody's opinion or something they want you to understand, listen fully, repeat some of it back so that they know that you truly understand them, then share your opinions or point of view. Don't just pour that opinion or point of view out there before they understand that you have understood what it was that they were trying to tell you. Number 3, be predictable. How do you be predictable in your parenting? Well, you teach them ahead of time the skills that they are going to need for success. Skills like following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, accepting consequences, disagreeing appropriately, how to self-regulate or maintain calmness, how to set goals for themselves and then follow through. There's so many skills of self-government that they could be using. Teach them those skills of self-government using exact steps that they know and that you know. For instance, to follow an instruction, you look at the person, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, do the task immediately, and then check back. If a person knows those 5 steps of following instructions, then when they roll their eyes, you can say, oh, just now you looked at me, but you didn't keep a calm face because you rolled your eyes. You did say okay, which was great, but we need to get to a place of calmness first before we allow you to actually go follow that instruction. So because you taught them ahead of time what the steps were, now you can follow through with the correction in a very predictable way. Speaking of that correction, make sure you use the same steps to the corrections that you say as a parent every time. This increases predictability. Also, using the same types of negative consequences instead of negative consequences that you're using to try to evoke some emotional response are actually going to be better. I always use the same consequences like extra chores. When a person earns an extra chore, they can get done with their negative consequence quickly. They have to focus in on doing it. It's not just for them, but for other people too. And work is the antidote for a sick character. There's a lot of different reasons why extra chores are so great, why I go to them every time. And my child knows that, so they know if they're corrected, they're going to earn an extra chore. They have no fears about chores anymore. Number 2, eye contact. Did you know that just looking at a person in the eyes helps them be able to establish a trust connection with you? So for sure, looking in the eyes creates all types of connections, but they really say, you're telling me the full truth, and I can believe you because I can feel you. I can see deeper inside of you. So looking at a person in the eyes increases trust. The 4 basic skills that I mentioned earlier, which are following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, accepting consequences, and disagreeing appropriately, all share the same first step in common, which is to look at the person. This is so that we start any interactions from a place of trust. Now we're ready for number 1. It's my very favorite strategy for helping your child increase trust in you, and that is to improve your calmness. You need to have calmness in your parenting. If you're calm, then they won't be afraid of you. If you're calm, then they will believe the advice that you share with them. They'll trust you. So how do you improve your calmness? That brings me to my free gift that I have for you. I have a calm parenting toolkit on my website, teachingselfgovernment.com. Go to teachingselfgovernment.com and you can have that calm parenting toolkit for free today. It's not my full training for teaching self-government, but it is a good mini course to begin with to help you on the road to self-government and calmness and to improve trust in all of your relationships. Click on that link now. I'll see you there.